Hi, everyone. We are now joined by Hofstra head coach Mike Fairley following his team's 79-74 victory over Drexel. Mike, if you could give us an opening statement.
Played the way we needed to play. Only saw the real Hofstra pride we need to be for 20 minutes yesterday, and we were that team for 40 minutes. Did we have lapses? Yeah, we let them score too easily down the stretch there where we could have opened it up a little bit, but approach the game with the possession by possession mindset and doing what we need to do. Overcoming a game where Jalen's not feeling great, no Omar today, so limited numbers, and other guys had to step up. Above anybody on the stat sheet. I mean, obviously Isaac 16-16 stands out. Tariq was great. Caleb winning plays at the end, all that stuff. What David Green did today was tremendous. He sat yesterday. He didn't play because he wasn't playing hard enough in practice. He wasn't bringing his energy, and I told him that. I let him know. And he came back. We had a team meal last night. He came back and got extra shots up at about 9:30 p.m. And I said, you know what? This kid really wants it. He's doing the right things. He's putting in the work. So I went up to him this morning when they were stretching with Coach Jimmy and said, you can play hard out there and you know what they're doing offensively? He said, yes. I said, all right, you're getting your shot. Let me see what you can do. And he took advantage of it and played really well, especially with Kayvon in foul trouble first half. So credit to him, the way he stepped up, and Vukash and Masic as well off the bench.
Our first question will be from Owen. Go ahead, Owen.
Hey, Coach. What did you think about the team's effort today after really not being too happy yesterday, it seemed like?
Yeah, happy for 20 minutes. If we could bottle that second half, and I wrote on the board today, that second half plus playing 4 more seconds of defense, they scored 10 points with 0 on the shot clock basically in the second half yesterday. Take those out, we would have limited them to 22 points. So we were great for 20 minutes defensively, energy, all that stuff. We approached it the right way, but got ourselves in too big of a hole. So I think we did approach the game the right way today. Were we great? Certainly not. Did we have perfect, amazing energy all the time? No. But I think especially the way that we came out of the locker room in the second half, went on that little bit of run and got some separation, was really, really good. We came out with that approach of like, hey, let's get after it right now. We did. They had to call a timeout early, and we just built it from there.
Our next question will be from Andrew. Go ahead, Andrew.
Hey, Coach. Andrew Boscalupo, WRHU. Tariq Coburn in this game seemed to be slashing the basket with a purpose. What can you say about his play offensively?
He's really good, and the way he's improved, he's a lot more versatile than he was last year. Last year, he was the guy that kind of stood out there and made shots when DeJour, Elijah, or Jalen made a play and threw it to him. This year, he's able to do so much more off the bounce, and probably didn't put him in enough of those situations yesterday and try to take advantage of some matchups. Walton had some fouls, so trying to do that. They put number 14 on him, so we tried to take advantage of that matchup a little bit as well. But he did a great job. He's really good. He's a really versatile player. Obviously, his threat of being able to shoot the ball the way that he shoots it makes people pressure him on the perimeter, which opens up some driving lanes. And he took advantage. He made some good decisions with that. And I was proud of his defensive effort this weekend, too. I thought it was maybe his best defensive weekend, maybe of his career. I thought he was really, really solid on that end of the floor.
Our next question will be from Jerry. Go ahead, Jerry.
Hey, Mike. Obviously, when you recruited Caleb, you knew he could be a really good player for you guys. But are you surprised at all by how quickly he's not just solidified point guard for you, but kind of become that guy who can hit the really big shot, even if he hasn't been the focal point of the offense all night?
Yeah, he knows he needs to step up. We all need to step up, right? With Jalen feeling the way that he was. So, no, he did a great job. And I said this to last night when those guys came back. I grabbed Caleb and Kayvon, and I said, you guys have to become leaders now. This is becoming your team. Point guard of this program and the most energetic, hardest playing guy in Kayvon. I said, you guys are the culture carriers now, and you guys have to lead the way for us. And Caleb's a winner. Was a winner in high school, winner his whole life, and a leader his whole life. So he's got to stay focused. Let mess with the refs a little bit less and stay a little bit more focused. And when he does that, he can be really good. But no surprises. That's who he is. It's just he's starting to show that a little bit more now.
Our next question will be from Blake. Go ahead, Blake.
Coach, you're talking about the versatility to Tariq's game. Speaking about Masic, how do you feel about his ability now, like throughout the year, getting better and better as being a ball handler in the pick and roll?
Yeah, that's a great question, Blake. He's really good, a really good decision maker when he comes out of those. And it's great when we put him in the game because he, might give us a third guy that can use ball screens. We're traditionally a team that can have 3 or 4 guys that are going to use ball screens And that's what we've been the last couple of years. This year we're more kind of in the 2 range, but when we put Vukashin in there, gives us another ball handler, decision maker, just really hard to guard. So he's getting better and better in that aspect. He's a freshman, so it's consistency. You look yesterday and it was 8 minutes, zeros across the board, and then obviously a really good performance today. But he's going to have freshman moments, right? He didn't come and meet the ball when they were pressing. He didn't guard the ball well enough at times, but kid's fearless, man. He's getting open shots and time to make plays, and he's going to do it. He shows the flashes now. Again, consistency and building, but that's life as a freshman. But glad that he is building as we head throughout February and into March.
Our next question will be from Jermaine. Go ahead, Jermaine.
How you doing, Coach? Jermaine Howerton on behalf of WRHU. Congratulations on the victory. Talk about the mental toughness and the resilience of this team. So yesterday, you guys lose a game. You guys come out firing on all cylinders, up 16 in the second half. You see that lead kind of diminish, but you guys stuck with it. Talk about the mental aspect and the resilience and how that'll help you guys going forward, especially like in playoff games.
Certainly, Jermaine. I related this. That's another excellent question. You guys are terrific. I related this game to the Delaware series. In the first game, we didn't come out the right way. We didn't play really well. We got their lead down to 1 at one point, and then they, kind of built it back up. It was similar to yesterday's game. Big lead. We come all the way back, but we had just dug ourselves a little bit too big of a hole. But the resilience from yesterday to today was terrific. The way that we responded in the second half. I think the only thing that I would complain about today, and I'm a coach, I'm going to complain about something, right? Just down the stretch, we didn't lock in defensively to get a couple of stops that we needed. We're just letting them score too easy. Butler got going, Bickerstaff along the baseline. We lost a little bit of focus there. And just, again, the same thing where a stop or two could have probably ended the game, kept it at 8 and 8 going to 12 with a couple minutes and had it been over. So that's my complaint. But mental toughness, the way that we responded. And the other thing I said, Jermaine, today was let's not have to have another reminder here. Right, about what we need to do and how we need to play for 40 minutes. Last year, we got a reminder, the second to last game of the year against Towson. Right, we got that reminder. We lost. They came in here, beat us up, 24 offensive rebounds, the whole deal. We responded by beating JMU and then, got on our run in the tournament. So we kind of got that reality check. And what I said to them is, you hope you get that reality check and still win, which we were close on with doing yesterday. But unfortunately, we didn't. And let that be the reality check. And let's not have that issue again as we build, throughout the rest of the month of February and then into March. So let this be the reminder. Let's have no more regrets.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate that.
Next question will be from Owen. Go ahead, Owen.
Hey, with Jalen being sick and not feeling great, just as a coach, just how pleased are you to see a bunch of different guys kind of step up with him not being all there?
Yeah, absolutely. Team game, team win. I got a joke with a buddy of mine that used to put on our Instagram or on Twitter, like, oh, it's a great team win today. Like every win's a team win, and we really had really good team wins last weekend in Wilmington with a bunch of guys contributing, and it was up to that today. And we're able to do that. Look, we're not going to win a whole lot of games. Jalen Ray's going 1 for 11. So let's hope that doesn't happen again the rest of the season. But the way that everybody else stepped up and made plays and made shots and took up over a little bit more responsibility. And then the way that Jalen battled too at the end. He wasn't scoring, but he was really solid on the defensive end. Nobody knows our zone and the slides and what the other teams are trying to do better than him. So he, despite, how he was feeling, being able to respond on that end.
Our next question will be from John. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Coach. You've won in so many different ways this year. Today you had several guys stepping up with Ray struggling. Other times, with Ray that was carrying you, maybe Coburn, other guys, maybe Conte. Depending on the game, what does that say for down in the CAA tournament when you get there? Because games are going to be different. Obviously, one round to the next, you don't know what game is going to be what versus based on the opponent you're facing. What does that say for your team that you've shown this year already that you can win in so many different ways and be so versatile? So when you get to that tournament, you're playing every day, 3 days in a row, maybe, that you can win in different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it starts with JMU next weekend. Who knows what's going to happen next Saturday and who we're going to need to step up and what type of game it's going to be. So that's the case with everybody, every game. But, we're really developing a solid 8 or 9 guys here. Again, David Green, what he was able to contribute today, Kevin didn't have a great game. He got a bad foul call, got out of the mix. But there's so many guys that we can rely on in different areas, which is great, And so it's not all on one person's shoulders. We kind of got to the Justin, obviously, unbelievable. Justin Ray Foreman a couple years ago, but we kind of relied on him almost a little bit too much. And there was times where if he didn't necessarily have a great game, it was going to be hard for us to win, right? But it's not that way with this team. You can have Jalen have a bad game. You can have Tariq have a bad game. You probably can't have two of those guys having a bad game, but you can have guys having a bad, and guys know that they can step up and make plays. So definitely that versatility, multiple threats, and then different ways that we can go offensively as well. Okay, Kayvon's got it going. He's got a mismatch. We can go there. They're switching like they were at Wilmington last week, and like we can take advantage of that and throw it into IK. Again, we have that versatility, which is great, multiple threats, and let's hope they keep playing well together.
Mike, thank you. We'll be joined shortly by Isaac. We are now joined by Hofstra Jr. Isaac Conte. Isaac, give us your opening thoughts on today's game, and then we'll take questions.
Tell you my thoughts about today's game. You said?
Just give us your thoughts on today's game.
Oh yeah, I feel like we played hard. Like we were supposed to. Yesterday we didn't do that, and we showed what we could be like when we play hard. That's just a challenge for us moving forward if you want to win the championship. Just got to play hard for 40 minutes.
Our first question will be from Owen. Go ahead, Owen.
Hey, yeah. How much of that just playing hard is really just a personal effort and everybody kind of just picking up their side?
Yeah. It's 100% of it. Coach shouldn't be coaching effort, energy, and effort. You know what I'm saying? Guys should have that right from the jump, including me. And if we don't have that, like we got to rally each other. We got to do it together. So.
Our next question will be from John Wagner. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, congratulations on the win. A lot of times, you obviously draw a lot of attention down in the post, which not only serves you well to either score or draw a foul, but a lot of times you can free up other guys because you draw so much attention. There's one play in the first half where you drew two guys, you dumped it off to Kayvon for an easy dunk. Do you want to see that offense go through you like that, and you're comfortable with passing to other guys like that and setting up other guys like that?
Yeah, it's fun to do that. Like coach wanted to use that to our advantage. Just me being in the pick and roll, popping back as they trap the ball. And not just pick whether to kick to a shooter or like dump down to Kayvon. So yeah, more of that would be cool.
Our next question will be from Jerry Beach. Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, Isaac, was there a particularly extra sense of urgency today, given how yesterday went, and also with James Madison, which has been red hot, hopefully on the horizon for you guys next weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. They're ahead of us, and they're where we want to be right now. You know what I'm saying? We're a championship team, and we feel like that. So you got to start playing like it,
Our next question will be from Blake. Go ahead, Blake.
Isaac, in the back-to-back format that the CAA has taken on this year, is it any easier to play that second game after you drop the first one, knowing the familiarity of your opponent, and to make adjustments quicker?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's easier to play the second game after you lose the first one. You have that sense of, all right, guys, like we're coming out for revenge, and like if you win the first game, you just sit back and you're relaxed and stuff like that, and you can get teams that second day like that.
Our next question will be from Jermaine. Go ahead, Jermaine.
Jermaine Howerton, WRHU. Great team win, Isaac. You were a force down low. Let's talk about you individually. That matchup with James Butler, what he brings to the table, but it seemed like you got the best of him today. Just tell me, how does that feel with the performance that you had, and what's the mindset before you face a big man along the likes of James Butler?
Yeah, we both know we're first team preseason. So, we got to go out there and show that, it's every man for himself. And, yeah, me and James Butler, we've been having battles ever since last year, and, like, he had, like, 23, and he almost had a triple-double on me. So that still lingers in my mind. So.
Our next question from Owen. Go ahead, Owen.
Yeah, and Jalen and Jalen obviously being kind of down, just how much did each player kind of take it on themselves to kind of raise their game up just because he just wasn't feeling great today?
Jalen was sick, he was throwing up on the sideline and stuff like that. And, like Coach said, just the next man up, got to take advantage of your opportunities. Like Bukasha came in, I think he had 12, if I'm not mistaken. He stepped up in a really big way for us to win.
Thank you, Isaac. Congratulations on the win.